wishing you a good day. My name is Jitendra and I am going to explain the business plan for SM Enterprises, Subramanian Enterprises. The company mainly deals with selling of computers, laptops, peripherals and software, support and services, and we charge for it. It is a startup venture and it is a sole proprietorship company. The startup venture will cost 2 lakhs before the startup and the inventory will cost 50 lakhs. The company will be borrowing 50 lakhs initially and the owner's investment will be another 20 lakhs for the inventory purpose, and which will also be used during the operations. The products and services that we offer, or mainly we offer 3 mainline services. The products which are home users, business users, power users. And main objective of the company is to increase the net profit to 20%, gross margin to 30%, and we will be charging for the non-hardware sales. And the key success is the pricing strategy. So we will be charging for non-computer sales that we make in our business. That is, we charge for service and products that we offer apart from the product sales. Moving on to the next slide. So this slide will show you the chart highlights of the sales, gross margin, net profit for the financial year 2014, 2015 and 2016. In financial year 2014, we have the sales goes up to 5 crores, and in 2015 the sales goes more than the 2014. As well as the net margin and the gross margin in 2015 and 16 is much higher than the 2014. So the company on year on year, it will keep increasing its sales and thereby increasing its net profit and gross margin. Moving on to the next slide. According to the qualitative research that has been conducted, we have 4 main market segments that buys the product. So the first main product is market is home office business. Second is small business, medium business and large business. In home office business, people who do a business at their homes and not part-time businesses who go to work and then comes back in the evening and they do their business. So the people who really do their business at home. So this market is growing enormously. So the target market, the main target market is the home office business people. And the small business is startup business, which is a sole proprietorship business. So they are also in need of very good technology in their system to run their businesses efficiently. And the next is the medium business. Medium business is somewhere between 5 to 40 employees in the company. So they come under the medium business. And the last is the large business, which is schools, organizations, universities, hospitals. They come under the large business. Moving on to the next slide. Range of products and specifications. The 3 mainline products that we offer is home users. The specification for home users is we provide i3 processor, we provide 1 GB of RAM, 500 GB of hard disk, and it comes with MS-DOS. Windows is not pre-installed. Whereas the power users will have i5 processor and they'll have 2 GB of RAM, 500 GB of hard disk, and Windows 8 will be pre-installed. Whereas in power users, we have i7 processor, we have 1 terabyte of hard disk space, we have 3 GB of RAM, and we have Windows 8 pre-installed. Moving on to services and support. We will be providing online service and support 24/7. So customer can anytime rely on us. Because the smart business people who like to do their business and they are not the opposite of they are non-computer users. So they completely rely on companies like SME so that we can provide, they trust on us and so we in turn provide them all the services and supports they need. Moving on to the marketing strategy. The marketing strategy that we will be using is we will be concentrating on the home business, home office business market. So the home office business market is predicted to grow at the rate of 20% every year. So there are a lot of new people who come into the industry to use computers. So we will be mainly targeting on them. The company will procure data of such market, and the telecallers will in turn call them in order to convert them into sales. And the target market trend, there is a lot of prices are reducing for the products. So, but right now the prices are quite accelerating. So we don't have any problem with the market trend. The market needs, there are too much of market needs. There is a lot of need for the product. So we are ready to offer whatever the market is in demand. Moving on to the next slide. Digital marketing. Digital marketing is one of the main aspects the company will be investing on the digital marketing. It will go for a very attractive website which will help the customers to buy from the online. So it will be an e-commerce website, and the company will spend on advertisements online, like banner advertisements, site scrapers, and then it will go for keyword search. It will attract traffic to the website. So this will be done through the digital marketing. And going on to the next slide. The monthly sales. This chart shows the monthly sales of the company. The monthly sales in the month of September, it is the highest. So it has gone up to 60 lakhs. And whereas in June it is the least, where it has reached 25 lakhs. So the 5 main products that we offer have been depicted in this chart. The 5 main products that we give are home user, power user, business user, peripherals and software, support and service. Moving on to the next slide. We have this chart, which is the break-even analysis chart. In order to determine the profit and loss of the company, we have this chart where the company has to sell 43 units of computers in order to sustain without loss each and every month. So it has to, the target for sales team to achieve minimum target is 100, but 43 units is more than enough in order to sustain in the market. So anything less than 43 is going to be a loss to the company. And moving on to the next slide. Milestones. We have a milestones. We have a start time and then the end time. So we have a set of milestones to be achieved. So to achieve a net profit of 25% and the gross margin of 30% by 2015 is one of the key milestones for the company. To achieve online sales of more than 30% by this financial year, by creating an e-commerce website and establishing a good digital marketing strategy. So we will be creating a good digital marketing strategy to create a brand for the company rather than for the product. And establishing a good business contact. We will be establishing a good business contact for the future prospects of the company. Establishing good information flow through customer relations. We will be having a good information flow so that our customers are more satisfied. We will be involving in all marketing activities and to increase the inventory by 4 turns by the end of financial year 2016. Moving on to the next slide. The management, the organizational structure. The managing director is the top post and he is the main decision maker of the organization. MD can directly interact with all the other department people. The marketing team coordinates with the MIS, IT and admin department during his operation. The MAS IT department is responsible for payroll, customer relationships, hardware and software issues, and also providing assistance to the telecalling support service. The telecaller will call the data provider to them, the telecallers will be calling the data provider to them, and they will convert that into sales, and they will pass it on to the sales team, and then the sales team will go directly to the customers' premises to complete the sales. Moving on to the next slide, this is the organizational chart of the company. The managing director is at the top, and marketing, MAS, IT, and then the admin. So they all interact each other. In turn, they can also talk to the managing directors directly. Moving on to the next slide, we have the action plan. We have designed the action plan with the start date and the end date, and the action plan is being designed according to the SMART approach, which is the plan. Each and every plan is specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. So we have a set of target of action plan to be achieved for each and every department. For marketing, we have in terms of sale. For telecallers, we have in terms of sale. For MIT ITs, we have in terms of technical support that they provide. Moving on to the next slide, we have the recommendations. SME's inventory during the startup was just for 1 month. So the inventory has to increase gradually during its operation. So the company will be investing more during the operation for creating more inventory. The SME will need a free mobile application. So it will go for a free mobile application so that it will help the customers in order to view the product by logging on to the mobile application and also order through the mobile application according to their requirement. So they can change their requirements accordingly and then place an order, and we will be delivering the product within 24 hours. If it is within a local market, if it is more than 100 kilometers, then it will take 2 or 3 days for a standard delivery. SME will need a fancy number. It will go for a fancy number and it will give ads of that fancy number, and any customer who wants to purchase from the product, they can directly call the fancy number, so that they'll give a missed call, so that the sales team, telecaller team will call them back, or the sales team will call them back and take the order. The SME, after the 3 years of operations, it will go for franchisee depending on the demand in the particular market. So it will analyze the particular market, and if there is a huge demand, then it will go for franchisee in that particular location if anybody is interested. SME will have to come up with a low price laptop. In order to, the current local market has a very cheap laptop, which is a free laptop provided to all students by the government. So the demand for cheap laptop is too high. So in order to manage this demand, company will have to come up with a new laptop for a very cheap rate and with a very good quality, which we are trying to, which has to be less than 15,000. Moving on to the next slide. The business plan should be monitored continuously in order to see if there needs to be any changes. So if there is any changes to be made, they can be made then and there. The organization should they should have a separate accounts department to manage the payroll, as the accounts and payroll department has been handled by MAS IT department. The SME need to have its own transportation. So it will be having its own transportation, and the vehicle has to be once they have their own transportation, they will go for painting the vehicle with the logo of the company. The company should invest considerable amount towards grand opening of the SME, so that it will improve the brand value, and also it will give a positive note to the customers. As the listenership is too huge in the local market, It has to go for frequent radio ads. SME should come up with a different name for its product along with a unique code and print it on the brochures so that it will spread through the word of mouth. So once we have a unique name for our product, it will be too catchy, and the people will start talking about our product, and it will pass on from by word of mouth. And thank you for giving